Hello friends, welcome to Data Science Lovers. In last video, we learned about the Pandas series attributes, and in this video, we will learn about the Loc and the iLoc function. Okay. First of all, we will import the Pandas library called Pandas as PD. Suppose I have a series. I will create a series now. PD.series function. These are the values or data of our series, and we can also pass the indexes of our choice, and these are the indexes of our choice for these values. There are 5 values, so 5 index. When I run this, and this is our series having 5 values and their corresponding indexes of our choice. Okay, now if I want to show the value at index number 2, so I can use loc function for this. First of all, we have to write our series s here, then loc function, and in the square bracket we have to pass the index number. Okay, so I want to check the value at index 2, so I will pass 2 here. When I run this, it is showing 12, means at index number 2 the value is 12. Suppose I want to check the value at index x, so if I use s dot log function, and if I write my index x and run this, then it will show an error because this index is in string format, as we can see here. So we have to write x as s.log, and as you know, strings we have to write in quotes, so I will write quotes here and x. Then when I run this, it is showing 68, means at index x we have the value of 68 here. We can also use slicing on our indexes using the log function. How? We have to write our series dot log, the square brackets, and here we have to pass our start index and the end index. Suppose I want to see the values from index 1, and we have to write the colon, then we have to write our end index. Here I will write 3. I want to check the values from index number 1 to index number 3. When I run this, it will show the output like this: 1 to 3 indexes and the corresponding values 11, 12, 45. So this is the index slicing using the log function. Now I want to do the slicing again using the log function. Suppose I want to slice the values from 1 to index number y here. Okay, then what I will write: s dot log our index, start index, I want to take it as 1, then colon, and my end index I want to take it as y. As y is in string format, so I have to write quotes here and then y. When I run this, it will show all the values from starting to end. Okay, so this is how we can do the slicing using the log function. We have to write our series name, then we have to write the log function, then the square brackets, and in the square brackets we have to write the index value. Now moving to iLoc. This is our series here. I want to show again the value at index number 2 using iLoc function. I will write my series as dot iLoc. Here I want to see value at 2. When I run this, it is showing 45. Okay, earlier when we use the log function, here if you can see, and I want to check the value at second index, or you can say the index number 2 here, it was showing 12. But in the same series, when I used iLoc function and passed 2, then it is showing the value 45, which is present here at my third number. Okay, then why it is so? So let's see. Here if we see, in our series S there are 5 values and their corresponding index that we have defined of our choice. Okay, so we can directly use the log function on our defined index. But when I use the iLoc function, I here means integer. In case of iLoc, the indexes are in integer format only, starting with index number 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so this is the difference between log and iLoc. So now if we see above here, when I used iLoc and I write 2 here, then instead of showing the value of 12, it is showing the value of 45, which is at my index number 2 when I am using the iLoc function. For an example, I will use one more command here. Suppose I will use this command s.loc. Here I will use the iLoc function on this. When I use iLoc and run this, it will show error, because in case of iLoc we can use only the integer values of our indexes. We cannot use any string format here for the index value. It is showing error that cannot index by location index with a non-integer key. We have to use only the integer value or integer index here. Now we will do the slicing using the iLoc function. We have our series here again s. Okay, I will use iLoc for slicing s dot iLoc. Suppose I want to check the value from 1 to 3. Then what you think, what will be the output here? When I run this, it will show 2 and 3 and the values 12 and 45. Why it is so? Because it is here you can see the indexes starting from 0. This is our first index. At first index we have the value of 12, which is here, and here we have done the slicing till our third index. Here you have to note one thing: whenever we will use the iLoc function, the output will be our n index minus 1. Means when I am giving the n index as 3, then in the output it will show the value till our index number 2. If I give the n index as 5 here instead of 3, then in the output it will show the value till index number 4. Means whenever we will use the iLoc function, in the output the n index will be considered one less than our actual index. Okay, so this is our output here. It is showing value from our first index 12 and our second index 45. Actually we passed 3 here, but as I told you, it will show the value till index number 2. If I show you one more example, s.iLoc, when I use 1 and I will pass my n index as 4 and run this, then it will show the value till our index number 3. We passed 4 here, but in the output it will show the output till minus 1. Okay, it is showing the value at index number 1, 12, value at index number 2, 45, and value at index number 3, which is 68. You will learn these things when you will practice by yourself. Now we will use the loc and iLoc function on an actual data frame. Here we have a column weather. This is the weather column. I will use this. In this weather column, I want to check the value at index number 2 using the loc function. When I run this, it will show freezing, drizzle, fog. Here if you see at index number 2, the value is this. Similarly, when I check at index number random index 549, then it is drizzle. Okay. One more, when I check at index number, suppose I want to see 8781, then this it is showing snow. Here you can see at index number 8781, here is snow. Okay. Now we will use the iLoc function on this column. Here I will write my column name dot iLoc in the square brackets, my index value again 2. It is showing this. We are using loc and iLoc on the same column, and here the indexes are starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Again one more example, dot iLoc 888, it is showing cloudy. Okay, so that's how we can use the loc and iLoc function on any series or a column of a data frame. Now moving back to our old series, which is S that we defined above. Suppose I want to add a new index with its value in this series. Then how can I do this? For my series name dot loc, here I want to add index 4. The value, when I run this, it will show an error. Okay, because there is no index 4. When I do equal to and I add a value of my choice, suppose 60, when I run this, the value and the index are added to the series. So you can see here at last we have our index 4 and the value of 60 corresponding to this index. I want to add one more index with one more value. Suppose I want to add an index W with a value of 99. Done. When I run this, it will show like this. W index has been added with its corresponding value of 99. So that's how we can use the loc and iloc function and add new indexes with their corresponding values, and we can also do the slicing here using these two functions. Okay. In our next part, we will learn about the Boolean indexing. Friends, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. The links for this course and for our self-study notes both are given in the description of this video.